Hello and welcome to the video, guys. We're going to be on Glacier. For this one, I am going to show you a good game in the T21, and right after this I'm also going to do a T37 video, but I have a lot of videos to record today. So we're going to get into it. Again, this is Glacier, guys, and what I'd like to do on this map, I kind of missed the first couple of seconds coming up to this ridgeline. What I'd like to do is come to this ridgeline, and from here what you could do is spot people that are going one to the one line, but also you could light people that are going to come up like this, T22 setter, that kind of thing. And even you'll get people like the M4 that you will like. Yagpans are we spotted here as well, just driving around in a circle, right? So you could spot a lot of people from over here. You just have to be careful of where you're safe. I've made mistakes coming up to this area before, and people like have literally come up to like the tops of these rocks. Maybe you can't get up to this one, but I know you can get up to the top of this one, and you actually have an angle. A Hellcat had an angle similar to where this Jagdpanzer is on me through these two rocks. And then I had another guy literally come in between these two rocks, and my tank destroyers weren't really paying attention, and I got hit there as well. So you just have to be really mindful of where you're safe on this map when you come up to this ridge. Other than that, it was a pretty good start. The T-52, we were able to get a couple shots into this guy as he came up to the aircraft carrier. You got this ramp, and then it leads you to this aircraft carrier. At least that's what it's called. It's pretty sure that's what it is. But yeah, it's funny because you don't really see it as an aircraft carrier. You just see it as a hill, right? But it actually is a frozen boat. Or it's pretty funny. But it's a really good area, in my opinion, for me. I don't know about doing it from the other spawn, and the reason I say this is because on this ramp going up this way, you have much better shots at people that are on this side of the ridgeline. Comparing that to from this side, you really can't get the gun depression from this side because it's a solid sheet of metal, basically. It's the aircraft carrier itself. Whereas over here you have these gosh, I don't even know what to call this, but it's just, you have snow cover over here, and the way the terrain kind of works, you can get your gun down further because you can kind of almost angle your tank slightly and stuff like that, and you can also come up a lot further, right? But it's just the way it works, guys. I don't really know how to explain this. It's almost as if this part of this aircraft carrier is slightly facing this way, so you can't get the gun depression. You have to end up coming to this rock, and it leaves you very exposed to be hit by people in this area. Whereas from here, it's much easier to do. So I think I've thoroughly explained this, but hopefully if you've ever been up there, you understand what I mean. I would be cautious making the play that the T-52 was making. Opposite of what I could do, right, to get up into this area. And I've showed this before, man. Like, you could literally annihilate people on this lower ridgeline from this area, man, if you have good DPM, accuracy, whatever, right? So I'm going to run away from this area. I'm not feeling very comfortable. All our teammates are here, and we got two people here and a Jagdpanzer, but there's nobody in the mid, right? And I don't know if I mentioned this. I did play this game with my dad. He's in the Jackson right over here. And yeah, we have to just kind of figure out what we're going to do here safely. This map becomes very tricky when you lose the mid, because what happens is a lot of people will poke up in all kinds of areas and they will spot you. What I'm doing here is just quickly making a pass on this rock to make sure no one is coming up this area. Because like I said, if they do, there's all kinds of angles people can get on you from here. Maybe not, like, they're going to leave themselves open to being shot, so maybe not the best of plays for them to make. But my point being is you can poke up in any of these areas on the ridgeline, and you can spot enemy tank destroyers and stuff if you're playing from the other side. You just have to be very cautious about, again, where you're safe, where enemies can poke up and stuff like that. And that's why I ran away, because I don't want people to get an angle on me. Say I'm sitting here and someone comes over here and starts shooting me, because we don't really have a lot of support here. It's just my dad. The Jagdpanzer is now going to the mid. And yeah, as a light tank player, you just have to be very mindful of all these things, guys. You got to look at where the enemies can poke up. You got to look at where your support is. We're able to get a few shots into the M4 here. It actually looked like that one almost missed, but this is just how wargaming works with the slight, sometimes even 30 MS up here will change that shot, right? So my dad gets the cleanup kill here on the M4A3, whatever the heck that thing is. A tier 6 M4A3 M4A3E, whatever the heck, what is it called, man? Let's see, M4A3E2. So I don't know what all that means, but basically this is just a tier 6 M4 to me. That's what I call it. But cleaning this guy up is going to be, I would say, fairly vital, because if he's left to flank the heavies over here, that could be a problem. Then again, they could probably turn around pretty quick on him, but I don't know. This KV2, just, I'm not sure exactly what he's doing. He doesn't seem like a great player. I don't think he's very aware of what's going on around him, so I just don't want this guy to get flanked. You know, you just never know, man. There's times where I pull up behind people and I will put like 3 or 4 shots into them before they're even aware of what's going on, right? So what we're trying to do at this point is, like, we're waiting for shots here because the SU is here. I don't want to run out in the middle of the field here. People really want me to spot, but I know that this Tiger is going to start pushing the SU, so I want to have these shots here. So I load the APCRs, and it pays off for me to sit back here, man, because we get so many shots into this guy, and we're also spotting him at the same time. So we're close enough to be able to do that, do damage and get spotting damage, and also we're far enough away to be able to shoot without getting lit ourselves. So it works out really well. We're able to clean this guy up. We're at 1500 damage, 700 assist, and everything is going really well, guys. So at this point, I'm thinking we have this game won. I'm going to start going after the KV2, but I think the SP1C is able to take care of him. And then our SU-152 dies. I'm not that surprised because it wasn't the smartest play for him to make with that tank. Like, you're a solid turret, so you have to be careful with this. But in any case, guys, the game is starting to come to a close. I'm pretty sure we're going to win this one. I'm going back to APs, and now we just have to kind of push in here. So watch as I come over this ridgeline, and what I'm most concerned about is someone sitting like right here or something, and it is the Panther. However, the Panther is not far enough out from this rock to be able to spot me. So I actually come up to this guy. I'm going to put a shot into him. I think he ends up getting 1 shot into me, but it doesn't change much at this point in the game because, you know, we're up 1100 HP, we're up 4 tanks, right? So if I take a shot, it's not the worst thing in the world. So I'm going to put 1 into this guy. He comes down. I realize he turns very, very quickly, so at this point I might as well just take 1 from him, put another into him, and he ends up shooting me again. I didn't realize how low the alpha damage was on this vehicle, so I figured I could get 1 more shot off before he got another one into me. But again, 179 HP we still have, so it's not a big deal. I can still take 1 more from him and live. And now we're just going to come around, kind of clean this guy up. I do see the Jagdpanzer here, and unfortunately we can't take 1 from the Jagdpanzer, and we die. But the good thing about this is we do spot the Jagdpanzer. So he ends up here. Artie's able to take a shot into him, and now pretty much that is going to lead this team to victory, right? They know where the Jagdpanzer is, they know where the Panther is. At this point, it's a GG, man. You know, we can go through this. SU-100Y appears, and everyone's just going to come in for all the cleanup kills, guys. That's it. I mean, there's nothing really more going on here. All the TDs were here. Obviously, we know where the Artie is. This is actually Baboon 2 playing the GW Panther, by the way. So shout out to him, HeliMech61. I think this guy came into my stream at one point. We had a good conversation, because a fairly good conversation, because my brother-in-law is actually a helicopter mechanic as well. So he works on all kinds of stuff like that. He has like a government job as an aerospace engineer. So it's pretty cool, man. But yeah, he's happens to be playing the GW here, and we're going to go after him, and that's going to be the game, guys. So, well, I didn't go after him, but everybody else did, right? We did 1837 damage, 1078 assists, guys. This ended up being a mastery. My dad got 3 kills here, I got 1 kill, and things worked out pretty well. Let me keep this open for a thumbnail. I'll go back to it right after I end the video. And yeah, this ended up being a mastery, guys. I was kind of surprised for the T21, because the T21 is one of those vehicles that actually requires a good amount of combined score to mark it, but also to get a mastery. Like, it requires a good amount of spotting damage and a good amount of damage. You really need to have a good combined score to master this vehicle. So you can see right here, like, look at the 95% is almost 1800 combined for the third mark on this vehicle. I believe on the T37 it's like less than 1400. I think it's like 13 something, if that gives you an idea. So you're talking a difference of 300-400 combined score, which is huge. It doesn't sound that much, but I'm telling you, at the same tier, like, this is huge. I'm pretty sure it's like 400 less on the T37. So that's why it's so easy to 3 mark the T37 or 2 mark it, whatever, just marking it in general, than it is for the T21 and like the Type 64, for example, right? So 1956 damage, guys, 1073 experience. Again, I'm kind of surprised this is a mastery, but it is the case. 674 damage, 3 kills for my dad. And it was a fun game, man. Like, I always like tier 6. Tier 6 to me is the most fun tier, in my opinion. I know a lot of people like higher tiers, but to me, I really enjoy playing tier 6. It's kind of that sweet spot to me, and I love it, guys. So I run this thing with optics, turbo, low noise exhaust. We didn't get a lot of coin here. We shot a lot of APCRs, but this setup, guys, with the rations and this crew over here, so we have pretty standard, like, you guys, I'm not going to go through these, man. You guys know what these are. It's getting me 34.23% concealment on this vehicle, 468 view range. We're getting 0.33 dispersion, about 1800 DPM, 1.74 aiming time, and this tank does have a good amount of gun depression, so keep that in mind. That's it, guys. We're going to eventually mark this vehicle. Right now, I'm at 52.16% on the mark after 26 battles. Can you see this with the camera? We're at a 69% win rate, 26 battles. We're averaging 974 damage. Unfortunately, this doesn't show you average spotting damage. I wish it did, but it doesn't. And on the T37, we're at like 70% on the mark over 27 battles with a 70% win rate and even a little more damage, 1045. But again, just giving you an idea, we have pretty much the same battles played here. I'm at 52% on the mark here, kind of similar damage numbers, and I'm at like over 70% on the T37. So the T37 might end up being the fastest. It'll definitely be the fastest 2 mark I ever get. It might even be the fastest 3 mark I ever get. I got the 3 mark in the Chaffee, I believe, in under, I want to say it was like 92 battles. Other than that, I think it's pretty much taken me 100 battles to mark, with the only exception being the Cavalier. The Cavalier I have to look at when I 3-marked that vehicle, if it's even possible. But that is also one of the easiest vehicles to 3-mark, guys, the Cavalier. So check that out if you're looking to mark a vehicle. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I will catch you for the next one. Take care. Bye-bye now.